Hey boss, welcome to the Blogger Breakthrough Podcast. I'm your host, Liz Stapleton from elizabethstapleton.com and founder of the Blogger Breakthrough Summit. Today we're talking about batching Instagram content and in particular how to batch Instagram stories. This Instagram knowledge is coming from Allison Baggerly, who was one of our fantastic 2020 Summit speakers. Remember, if you want to make sure you get notified when registration opens for the 2021 Summit, make sure you're on our email list. You can join in the link in the show notes or go to bloggerbreakthrough.com/newsletter. Let's go ahead and dive into this session.
Okay, so the first thing that people always ask me is, do I really need to be posting consistently? Like, do I have to post every day? Do I have to be in my stories every day? And the answer is, I think you should be consistently posting. Just like you're going to be consistently creating content for your blog, you need to be consistently posting to your Instagram. So I post every single day, and I'm in my stories every single day. And the way I do that is I batch all of my posts.
Okay.
I batch everything. I even sometimes will batch my stories out.
Okay. How do you mean you batch out? So like, obviously I understand like batching and creating images, right? For, Instagram, and you can even, there's schedulers for that if you want.
Yeah.
But batching stories, cause I don't think I've ever even done a story. Aren't those tend to be more videos and kind of live? Mm-hmm. Can you explain how you batch those?
Okay, so when it comes to batching my stories, what I actually do is I plan everything out. So I'll brainstorm what I'm going to talk about. Because if you've ever tried to jump into your stories, especially if it's after a long day, if you're still working regular 9 to 5, then you sometimes get home and you're just like, I don't even know what I want to talk about. You have nothing to talk about, and then you put it off, and then you start to like resent and dislike Instagram. And so what I actually do, and I'll show you, is I plan out things I can talk about. So I have a calendar and I literally write down like my post ideas, my Instagram stories ideas. So I have an idea of something I can always talk about. Okay. That way, if I want to talk about it, I can. And the way I sometimes batch my stories, I don't do it all the time, is I will actually do a story, change my shirt, do another story, change my shirt, and I just save them. I download them to my phone, and then on that day, I upload them.
Okay.
There are places where you can pay, like I know later, if you pay for the platform, that you can schedule your stories out. I personally don't do that because I'm cheap, so I don't want to pay for something. Yeah. But it's definitely a really great way to say like, okay, I know I'm going to have a really busy Sunday, but I want to at least show my face a couple of times. Let me record something on Friday or Saturday.
Can I ask a super novice question?
Sure.
I'm really going to show how little I know about Instagram.
No, it's okay.
You record your stories. So you record them in the Instagram app and you don't post them and you download them? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. So what you do is you pull up just like you're going to record a normal story, and then there's a little arrow button and you save it. So what I actually do is, because I work from home full time, but I like posting my stories in the evenings. Okay. So what I actually do is I will record my stories, caption them, download them to my phone, and later on that night, I will actually just upload them super quickly whenever people are more likely to be on the app.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so just a little stories hack, if you will.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so you batch your content.
Mm-hmm.
Or you very least kind of have an editorial calendar for it, which I love the use of an editorial calendar because it always gives you something. Mm-hmm. Even if something comes up that day that's more inspiring that you're going to talk about, you just then have that idea pushed another day. Like, you don't have to stick hardcore to your editorial calendar for anything blogging.
Exactly. And I personally batch my Instagram posts 7 days in advance, and I brainstorm all the content, then I take all the pictures and do all the images at once. Okay. Upload it all at once, caption it all at once. So that's what I've been doing since the beginning, because I now work at home full time on my business, but I was a teacher for 2 years of it. And so I would do that every single Saturday during nap time. And I think that that's something that most people, it throws them off, is the time that Instagram can suck out of you. But if you batch it, and if you batch and you can still be consistent, and it doesn't take as much time as everyone thinks it does.
Yeah. So a couple of follow-up questions to that. A, what tool are you using?
Okay.
Batch. And then B, how many posts are you doing per day?
Okay, great question. So I use later.com to batch. It was the first one I ever used, and you can schedule 30 posts for free. And I like that. Now, I do set it to notify me. I don't have the one where it automatically posts because I get a notification for the time I want to do it. I do one last read over for spell check because you just, there's always something you miss, right? I do one more read over, make sure if I have a link in my bio, it's there, and then I hit publish. So I do that. And then what was the other question you asked me?
How many times a day you post?
Oh, I only post one time a day.
Okay.
The only time I'll post more than once a day is if I'm going through a big launch and I feel like my feed is too heavy on me talking about something I'm promoting.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, hopefully this little snippet helped inspire you to be more consistent with Instagram. Be sure to join me next week when I'll be sharing some Pinterest monetization strategies from Hannah Johnson. I hope you'll join me then.